OnlyFans model goes viral after quitting as she's not attracted to men anymore. Basically what she said is, look, she joined OnlyFans and the messages she got were so disgusting that she's no longer attracted to men.
Yeah, she said, like, in this line of work, you're never going to see men be more authentic and real, and not in a good way, than you will just encountering them in everyday life. And that it's destroyed her feelings of attraction toward men completely.
I buy that 100%.
And this is a year in, but at the end of the video, she doubles down and says, but I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to quit until I'm physically stopped, because I'm not a quitter.
I love the idea that she's like a pro athlete. She's like, until the final bell, I'm not giving up. Yeah. Like, until the final dong, I'm going to keep doing this.
Like a motivational speech on how to be a thought.
Yes.
Like, I never thought I'd hear.
She's like, I feel dead inside. I've been totally desensitized. I am depressed beyond belief.
The only reason to do it is money, but I'm not a quitter.
Right.
Like,
at what point will it be enough for you?
Yeah. And it's funny you say, or that she says that, because it's like, just like how she is desensitized, she is demoralized by pornography, the viewers have that tenfold.
Oh, yeah.
The viewers are continuously watching this disgusting stuff and needing more and more to saturate their fix, because porn is destructive. It is a drug. And this OnlyFans culture is destroying relationships on both sides. Like, I genuinely am concerned for a lot of the people who are making this kind of content, because where it's leading them is so just ungodly.
Yeah. And for her to say that she's repulsed by men, this may be a little bit of a hot take, but it shouldn't be. Men respect women who respect themselves. And if you don't respect yourself, obviously, because you're out here selling your body on the internet like some digital prostitute working the virtual street corner, then why are you upset that they're giving you the same energy that you're giving off? But I will also say that the men are not innocent here either. Like, I've been very critical. I've been very critical of that. I talk about it often. I say, if we as conservatives want to be all anti OnlyFans, we should also be anti the men who are creating a demand for this type of industry to thrive and to succeed.
The number one comment you saw in here is like, yeah, like, you can be mad at the women all you want, but the men, like, the free market wins in the end, and the men make this market possible. Also, you said, like, they're on they're on the digital street corner. Is that in digital Pound Town?
No.
She could be the mayor of digital Pound Town. Like,
Sexy Red is up for re-election.
It's like a Sims.
I'm just saying, like, how she feels about men after receiving all of these disgusting messages. Imagine how the men who don't subscribe to her OF feel when they see all of these women who are doing this, that are soliciting disgusting, perverted attention this way. Like, you're just as bad as your paying customers in that sense.
They don't feel that way, though. They feel like, I think they've talked themselves into feeling like, look, I'm just filling a market. It's just business. It's like, it's kind of like the CEO, like the CEO of McDonald's. I would never let my kid eat McDonald's. The CEO of Coke, not soda, but Coke, the actual company, Coca-Cola. He's like, no, of course I don't let my kids touch that stuff, right? Are you nuts? Like, she wants to, like, have her, like, in a lot of ways, she wants to have her cake and eat it too. She wants to make the content, but doesn't want to be associated with the content.
Yeah, we talked about this woman who works as a virtual girlfriend, and she says she makes thousands of dollars a day and has about 3,000 boyfriends through her OnlyFans. And none of these men she would ever consider to be her actual boyfriend, right? They're off the market to any woman who has any self-worth. Who would waste their time with any guy that subscribes to an OnlyFans
account?
Literally,
like, to be and this lady has an actual real life boyfriend on top of the 3,000 boyfriends.
Supportive.
Who supports. So it's like,
thanks for the Nintendo Switch, babe. I'm going to go get my vasectomy. Like, it's literally that guy.
Somebody clip that, please. Like it's one of those, it's like, if you want your chance with the OnlyFans chick, you have one requirement. Don't subscribe to other OnlyFans chicks. If you can't even pull that off, then you're in.
I just can't imagine as a man being in a relationship with a woman like that. That anyone can just pay $4.99 a month to see.
Let alone imagine being one of the men paying that $4.99 a month.
There's so much. I don't understand how girls make so much money on OnlyFans,
But
especially
the
non-celebrities.
thing is they don't
there's
make
so
enough
much
money.
free porn.
No,
some of them do.
It's just for most of them, they're the SoundCloud rappers of women.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Their side hustle.
It's like they understand what it's like to then be underappreciated.
You're right. The vast majority of women on OnlyFans are not making more than like $200 a month.
Yeah.
It's only the very top percentage point or fraction of a percentage that are making a living off of this.
Yeah.
But I don't care if you're making $2 or $1 billion off of OnlyFans. This is going to spiritually destroy you.
Yeah. Like imagine defiling yourself for $2.99 a month just so you can put digital hooker on your LinkedIn profile. It's absolutely ridiculous.
But it's just like to me, it's not even that. It's like you do all this and what it pays is your phone bill.
Yeah.
Like if you're making like $100, $200, like I get the allure of the women that are like the top 0.1%, like they're making insane amounts of money. And a girl like this one, she's like, look, if you're making that much money, it's very hard to stop.
Yeah.
Well,
right?
let's take a look at the video.
Okay, here we go.
I'm being so honest, that really is like the only upside to doing it.
She's talking about money.
She looks like Adam Driver.
The ability to very quickly make extra cash. But I think again, like just over the course of a few months of like half a year or so, just going really hard at it. I think I didn't let a lot of like the messages get to me, but I was lying to myself, and I definitely think that it's like really worn on me over time. And it's not to say that I don't have like really good guys on there following me and like monetarily supporting me, even like checking in on me at times where I like, you know, earlier this year I definitely disappeared for a few months, even on here.
But hey, I haven't seen your tits in a few months. You doing good?
Even
you
those
okay?
people are not people that I would call when I'm having a really hard day. Just makes it feel just so fake. And I'm not sitting here saying that like I ever got on there to make friends. Let's be honest, it's really just to make money from a bunch of horny men. But I guess I'm just trying to say that just know that if you are a person who's ever been interested in doing this, or if you've like ever been curious about it, there really is just like such a like I feel a little bit dead inside. I feel completely desensitized, and I don't know, like not to sound funny, but I really don't feel any type of like desire or like attraction to men in general anymore. And that's also because of my, you know, my personal collective experiences that I've had with like dating like the wrong types of men and things like that. But I think with this line of work, men, you will never catch a man being more honest and more authentic and more real, and not necessarily in a good way, than they are, and the way that they present themselves to girls who do stuff that I do. I can't even imagine what it's actually like for real life SWs. Like, I'm sure it's like 50,000 times worse for them. Like, at least to a certain extent, there's like a level of protection for me, just given that I'm like behind a screen, right? Like, I'm never actually gonna like see these guys.
It's annoying that a lot of the comments are generally supportive, and they're saying like, don't delete this. This is an important message for people to hear. It is an important message, but the refrain is always, every single time, but if it makes you happy, then you should keep doing it. Like, if doing OnlyFans makes you feel happy, then you need to investigate why you desire that type of attention, because it's a pathological thing inside you. Like, it's probably from childhood trauma. Like, if you're happy when you're doing something that's self-destructive, then just go to therapy or go to church.
It would be like me, like if I was still using drugs and people, and I was like,
but I'm not a quitter.
Right,
I'm a legal adult who's consenting, and it makes me happy. And anyone who actually cares about you would call you out on that.
Yes.
You know who some of the happiest people you'll ever find in the city are? Crackheads. Yep. So like if that's the case, like they should keep doing crack, because like they're happy and they're thriving when they're on it, but it's destructive for them. And I genuinely do feel kind of bad for her, because I don't think that she knew the gravity of how toxic this was going into it. And that's why I even have a lot of respect for Black China. I had the opportunity to meet her behind the scenes at Fox, and for those who don't know, like she made billion with a B on OnlyFans, but she still decided to quit because she realized how toxic it was. She realized how bad of an example it was to the girls who follow her. And a lot of people said, like, okay, like, you made $250 million. Of course, now you feel like you made enough money to quit. Don't be fooled, because look at how many people are are already rich but are so desperate to be richer. If she only cared about making as much money as possible, she wouldn't be hustling. And she has like a wigs brand or something with hair. She has some kind of brand now that she's like pushing hard. She's doing like modeling. She's doing these kind of things to make an honest dollar. And if she just wanted to make money, she would have stayed on OnlyFans selling herself.
And you do have to offer them a way back, right? You can't just then excommunicate them and say, you did this is who you are forever. Like, if you want to make a change in life, that's something to be applauded, because everybody deserves a chance at redemption. And in this case, right, like, it's like I was saying, like, if I was to still want to, because I'm an addict in recovery, and if I was to say, like, I just want to do this, I'm not hurting anyone else. Like, it's I'm not hurting anyone else. What business of yours if I choose to do that? Well, the people that love you, you know, if they see what it's doing to you, then they're going to say, look, it's still a problem. Like, you may not feel like you're hurting me, but I care about you and you're hurting yourself. I can't speak for every girl on this platform, but if I was her friend, I would say, like, look, like, I can't stop you from doing this, but you certainly don't seem happy. You don't seem fulfilled.
But if she had supportive people in her life like that, they would have told her not to do this in the first place. But female friendships have been so utterly destroyed that, you know, you'll be ostracized from a female friend group if you don't universally celebrate every decision that your female friend makes, including ones that are self-destructive. But if anyone you actually care about, you're going to call them out on it. And for the people who are already rich, but they continue on OnlyFans, even though, you know, you could retire at like 22 on the money that you made from it. You know that's not because they're chasing the money. At that point, you're chasing
the validation,
that validation and attention, because you think that your sexuality is the only thing you have to offer the world. And, you know, if you believe that, like, try to challenge that belief. Do something else with your life.
And let's not pretend that this makes up the majority of men and women in the country. Like, this is not a majority of women.
There are very few OnlyFans creators.
It's like 2 million or
but there are way more guys who are watching OnlyFans girls.
Even then, I would hope that, like, if you're to not paint all women in the same brush as the women who chose to do this as a platform, then you have to also not paint all men in the same brushes. Although you're right, there are more men watching this content, that not all men are the ones on these platforms and consuming it. So we get ourselves into trouble because it's part of the job on shows like this to broad brush and to talk in a wider scale. But on the, like, that's the macro level, right? On the smaller scale, in your everyday life, is this something that is an issue for you as an individual? I would say that most people would say no. Like, they, you know, maybe they know somebody who, like, does anybody know anybody who, like, admits to consuming this content?
Yes.
Like, yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like, OnlyFans content? See, that's the thing. I don't know anyone who subscribes to OnlyFans content because I just wouldn't be able to take them seriously. Like, you are paying for porn.
Yeah.
Like, porn is
It's
really
the
free.
internet, dude.
Yeah, like, it's from a financial standpoint, I'm questioning, you, and then from a moral standpoint, I obviously don't agree with it. But just even financially,
You're
like,
also
it's
done with your money.
right. Yeah, you're
For the
also
record, I'm not friends with any of these
Hopefully
people. I
there's
just
still
know that
enough
they do.
shame in our culture that they wouldn't actually admit to
but
doing
there's
that.
not.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you know what I think one of the big overall messages of Doja Cat's fans, or Doja Cat herself, and also this girl from OnlyFans, is this is a result of the lack of accountability culture. Because, you know, the phrase, like, they want their cake and they want to eat it too. People are so comfortable with being able to do what they want, say what they want, and just have no repercussions. So she really thought, like, I don't understand the mentality of going online, posing or being a sex worker, being nude all the time, and think that there's not going to be any toxicity that comes with it. And I do believe her that she did not understand what was coming her way, but that in itself is a problem. For Doja Cat, she hates fame. Like, from what I've been able to read that is going on with her feuding with her fans, she doesn't like the super fandom. She doesn't like any of that. She just wants to be an artist. I respect that. But when you go mainstream and you get these huge record deals, you know what you're signing up for. You're signing up for crazy fans who might try to kill you, who might try to stalk you, who are going to do everything that they possibly can to be as close to you as they possibly can be, regardless of your boundaries. And people need to understand that we're not in a world full of good people. So you have to understand that there is going to be accountability and there's going to be consequences to every single decision you make. I wouldn't be a political commentator if I wanted everybody to love me.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's an OnlyFans girl that recently like had a home invasion from a guy who was one of her subscribers who was trying to record her in her own home.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.